Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Dr. Bridget Leonard on the line, and she is an inspirational influencer coach. Bridget, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
So I'm excited to get more into what you're doing as a coach, but before we do that, let's get a little bit further into your background. So how did you get started in your career in business?
Okay. I'm currently a nursing officer of a major hospital in the metro Detroit area. I've been a nurse for a little over 25 years. Began my career really on the bottom as a certified nursing assistant. Love nursing so much, love what I can give to others in terms of what I can give to my patients and what I can give to my employees in terms of encouraging them to go further. I went up through the ropes. So I basically began my career as a certified nursing assistant, became a licensed practical nurse, went back to school for my registered nurse license, and eventually, like I said, now I'm a chief nursing officer of a major hospital. So I'm basically the nurse that's making all the decisions for everybody regarding patient care, patient safety, and employee satisfaction.
Wow, what an amazing story. I love it. So you really worked your way up through the ranks, so you know the entire system. You put in your dues, and now you're in a major position to where you can help your patients and also coach and teach those under you in terms of the other practitioners. That's amazing. So that being said, there's some younger entrepreneurs and or some people that are just starting out in their career. What kind of advice would you give to that person that is maybe just graduating college and thinking of going down that healthcare path, because you've managed to make a successful career out of it?
One of the things that I tell, especially the people that I'm mentoring, because unfortunately or fortunately, for whichever way you look at it, because I'm mentoring about 15 people right now, and I tell people first and foremost, don't forget where you came from. Never forget how hard you tried to get where you are. And to always strive. I always tell people, who's going to write the chapter of your book? Are you going to let society write the chapter of your book, or are you going to write the chapter of your book? And where is that content coming from? So I tell people to reach out for every opportunity. Don't just sit around and wait for things to fall into your lap. Sometimes you have to sit and make goals for yourself and say, okay, how am I going to make this happen? And you have to take that step forward and reach out to people to let them know that, this is what I want. This is what I have on my goals. This is what I want to do, and make things happen. You just can't sit back and wait for things to fall in your lap. You have to make a goal. You have to make a plan, and you have to have a voice to say, this is what I want for myself.
Oh, man, you're getting me all fired up over here. I see why you're the coach. Coach, that's awesome. I love that advice. Let's switch it up a bit. I do want to get further into what you're doing as an inspirational influencer coach. So you mentioned you're mentoring around 15 people or more right now. Tell me a little bit more about your coaching business.
Okay. Well, I started a company, Bridget Leonard Enterprises, and up on that company, I'm actually a life coach, and I like to call myself an inspirational influencer. The reason I do that, because even though I have paid clients on my Facebook page every day, I try to post something positive, because I have a personal mission. My personal mission is to positively impact at least one person a day through words, thoughts, or actions. And I feel that the people that I impact don't necessarily have to be my paid clients. So I actually make a positive post on my Facebook and on my Twitter accounts every day. So in my coaching business, what I try to do is just have people sit down and look at themselves and see what's blocking them. I always tell people, I need for you to get out of your own way in order for you to make a path for yourself and for others. So we sit down and we think about their roadblocks, whether their roadblocks are personal or professional. We just take it one chunk at a time. You know what they say about the elephant, don't try to eat the whole elephant, just take a chunk. So I make people become more focused on, okay, let's focus on one goal. What is one thing that if you could change your life today, what would be that one thing that would help change your life? And let's focus on that goal. So I really love that job as a coach because I'm able to help people focus, because I think that's a lot of times people, their problems is that they're not able to focus. They want to look at, the next 103, they want to look at the next 365 days versus looking at tomorrow. So I just help them focus. And so another part of my coaching was I realized that not everyone can afford to be a paying client. And like I said, I'm a nurse and I mentor constantly. So what I do is I just had a luncheon recently. It's called CNA to CNO. And what I wanted to do with that was just encourage people at all levels. Like I told you, I came up from the bottom to the top. And I want people to know, regardless of what level you're at, be the best at what you can be, and there's room for growth. If you want to stay where you are, just be the best person where you are. But if you want to strive forward, then I'm here to help you find that. And so I have 15 mentees, and one of the requirements of being one of my mentees is that you have to mentor someone else, because I truly believe in paying it forward. So right now, although I have 15 mentees, I'm indirectly impacting about 40 people and in helping them aspire to reach their personal and their career goals.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that, and I love that concept. And you know what they say, that the best way to learn is to teach, right? So you got to, I love it, especially for your content. So what is just because, there's some people listening right now, and, new year, a lot of people are really excited and wanting to reach and set new goals. What are some, so if somebody's listening to this, how do they know they're a good fit for the type of person that to work with you as a mentee and to have you as a coach? So what type of clients do you like working with?
I like working with people that understand that I'm just giving them direction, that they have to do the work. They can tell me their vision, but they need to be ready to put in the work. I like to tell people I can't want more for you than you want for yourself. So the people that I want to work with, because, I'm involved in a lot of things. I'm running a hospital. I'm running an organization. I have a daughter that has lupus. She needs a kidney right now. So I have a lot on my plate right now. So I want people that understand that they need to put in the work. I will give them the resources. I will give them the time, but I need for them to tell me, what is it that you want? Let me show you how to get there. If I tell you the steps, I need for you to touch base with me every week to make sure that these steps are taking place. I don't want to waste their time, and I definitely don't want them to waste mine. But, from the clients that I've had and people that I've mentored, they can tell you that they are in a totally different place when they started with me to where they are now. And I'm so proud of that, because it's not so much as I put them where they are now. They put themselves there so they can give themselves most of the credit. I was just a guide in their journey. I didn't have to walk I didn't have to walk in their shoes. They were able to walk in their own shoes, and I walked beside them.
That's awesome. And so I know you do some speaking too, and you have some speaking engagements coming up. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, I'm so excited to be working with Sean Ferris and Keon Clinton for the Leadership Experience Tour that is taking place on May 2nd, 2020, out at Macomb Community College. And I'm going to be sharing the stage with about 15 awesome speakers. We're going to be talking about various leadership and personal stories. Me, myself, I'm personally going to be talking about don't let your past dictate your future. For the longest time, I didn't share my story with others because I was embarrassed and ashamed. But I learned that telling my story of being, and one of the aspects of my stories is the fact that I became a teen mom at 15. And then I went through a whole lot of personal issues with my parents and so forth like that. But I like to tell people, don't let your past dictate your future. And I want to show people that, although I was a teen mom at 15 and a high school dropout, here I am now. I'm Dr. B. You don't have to let your past dictate your future. You can write the chapters of your life. So I'm very excited about that opportunity to be on the stage and, to share that story with hundreds of people that are going to be in the audience looking for that little bit of inspiration. Like I said, my personal mission is to positively impact at least one person a day through words, thoughts, or actions. So I look at it like if I impact one person a day, that's 365 people a year. And over 10 years, that's almost 36,000 people. I think I've done my part.
That's awesome. I love it.
So,
Bridget, if somebody wants more information or to learn more about your coaching, what's the best way for them to follow up?
Oh, the best way for them to follow up is on LinkedIn. I'm actually a pro-founder associate on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn up under Dr. Bridget Leonard. You can find me there. I do various coaching. I do executive leadership coaching, resume writing, professional development. They can also shoot me an email at info@bridgetleonard.com or catch me on my Facebook for Bridget Leonard.
Perfect. Well, Bridget, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background and all the great things that you're doing as a coach. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, do all those great things we do to support our podcasters. I really do appreciate it. And Bridget, thanks again for coming on the show.